Previously on the Mike Knoxxx Show.
Channel, y'all can kiss my ass. YouTube or Google me. Turn it up and play it. Cause many people think it. I just had the balls to...
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're raw, what you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, it's a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You can call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
And good morning, wrestling fans. The day after, don't matter. We still here, right? If it was 5 o'clock in the morning over there, then we can go at 10:30, 55, 50, 60, whatever here in America. People, welcome back to Unpop Reviews Wrestling, the Mike Knoxxx Show, and I'm your host, one of your hosts today, that is, Mike Knoxxx. You already know I spell my name with 3 X's because like the dirt sheets that are out there and the Cody cry babies, damn it, I am hardcore. But today, I am joined by the executive consultant to the consultancies that be consulting, the executive consultant, Mr. Chris himself. What's going on, man? Got your cup out there with your name on it?
I don't know what consultant means, but yeah, I'm here. I don't speak French. I barely eat French fries. Yeah, but I'm here with you on this lovely Sunday morning, and we're here to talk some WWE Elimination Chamber. I thought it was a great pay-per-view. We'll rate it a little later, and I'm excited to talk to you about it as a member of the Raw review team on Mondays immediately after Monday Night Raw here at Unpopular Review Wrestling YouTube channel.
And that's what we do here. We are combining post and pre-shows for these events. I wonder how Mania is going to go because we're all going to be there.
Mania, there will not be a review show until probably
like Monday when I come home.
If we're lucky.
If we're lucky, Monday, right?
Yeah. Some people just told me they want to stay for Raw. And I ain't
wow. I'm not staying for Raw.
Yeah,
but I'll be home watching Raw. So there'll be a review show Monday after Mania here on the Mike Knoxxx Show. That's for goddamn sure. But we have a lot to discuss last night as this road to WrestleMania gets a little clearer, a little more focusy, if you will, so to speak. Let's go ahead and talk about this paid-per-view, what do you call it? Not pay-per-view, premium live event. Well, actually, some places still have to pay for this. So it's not a PLE for everybody. It is still under pay-per-view, by the way, in case you didn't know that. Like Comcast subscribers can pay for it as a pay-per-view. Spectrum subscribers can pay for it as a pay-per-view. So it's still a pay-per-view, but if you're smart and you know how to save money and you're frugal, it's called a PLE. You just go get it from the Peacock and watch it that way. But it did start off Elimination Chamber with this tag team match between the Kabuki Warriors and Gargano's wife and
Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell. Thankfully,
I like Indy Hartwell
from SmackDown review show is not here yet because he's a big fan of Indy Hartwell and wouldn't take that slender.
Yeah, well, you know what? It doesn't matter what they take, what they do take, how you take it.
I'm surprised we're talking about the kickoff match.
You know what? Because I wanted to pay respect to the Kabuki Warriors.
I thought you just wanted to say that there was 4 matches on the card. Let's add it.
Well, you know what? So my math was mathing correctly, now that I remember it correctly, because this was in the thing to pick, right? I went 5-0 in our predictions page. So therefore, Cody, Crybaby, supporting the biggest one, Dan the man here on the Unpop Review AEW show. Ha! My math was mathing right. There was 5 matches. Beautiful Indy Hartwell. You got the Kabuki. Look at it. Their entrance, their appearance, the way that it looks on your television screen. These girls look like stars to me. So I did want to bring it up. Chris, your thoughts real fast on this match won by the Kabuki Warriors.
I mean, it was a good show to be on good match to be on the kickoff show. I mean, let's just be shout out to Vinny. Let's be honest. It was pretty much just to put Indy Hartwell in front of the crowd in Australia. That's what it was. And to say the Kabuki Warriors defended the tag team championship, probably flew over there. So, I mean, right call to make. I can't disagree with it. I would have preferred it on the main card simply because of the fact that I still just believe PLE should have, I mean, in my opinion, they should have at least 6 or 7 on a regular pay-per-view. But it was fine. They would have had to do. It got the crowd hyped. It's always good to see Asuka, in my opinion. I know you say Charlotte Flair, but in my opinion, Asuka is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. So it's always good to see her, and I love seeing the Insane Elbow. So there you go.
Love seeing Indy. Well, just
Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
It's amazing.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I didn't even have
Just
to yell
told
at that time. I didn't have to yell.
You just
at
told
that
a
time.
lie right there.
But we would no. The lie is the lie that you don't understand where it lies beneath. But we had the Elimination Chamber.
That was a good movie.
Kick off the show last night, the real show for the PLE, right? Well, we got these 6 beautiful, to me, I could have sold 4 people winning this. Legitimately, we only know the 2 had a chance of winning it. Shit, I'm lying again. We know who was going to win this. That's why we all went undefeated in our predictions yesterday, and we had to have tiebreakers. But we get this beautiful match. Look at the scenery of Elimination Chamber.
Look at all those empty spaces.
I'm sorry. I only saw a few empty spaces, which was on that one side of the ring, which the floor seat, which, if they were in America, would have been filled up because people would have came down there and took those seats away from them. So shout out to us telling you, come back to America where all these pay-per-views should be at, because damn it, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning is just too damn early.
4 or 5 o'clock is early, but I will still say that I support the international ones, even though it hurts me because I can't go. But I do support the international ones simply because of the fact that those fans are showing us up when they're over there.
Showing us up?
Yeah, they are.
This isn't AEW. WWE gets a crowd no matter where it is in America.
No, I mean showing us up. I mean they're lively, they're loud, they're more into it.
That's because they don't get it too often.
I mean, hey, you're not wrong. You're not.
They love missionary position. They get it. They don't get it all the time. So for them, missionary is exciting. All right. For us, it's not all that good. But look, we get Bianca Bel-Air and Tiffany Stratton. Right now, of course, this is the big rumor now on the dirt sheets, hashtag depth of dirt sheets of the Mania match, which I don't see this being the Mania match personally. If anything, if you watch the storyline, and I said this, and shout out to Steve, who, I like how I subliminally put suggestions in people's minds that they think of things and go, shit, did I get that from Mike Knoxxx or not? Yes, you did. It's about storylines in Royal Rumbles. It's about storylines in Elimination Chambers. Not necessarily who wins or loses, but how they progress and move the storyline. This wasn't the story to me in this cage, in the chamber. To me, the story in the chamber for Tiffany was her and Liv Morgan. But I digress, and that's just my opinion. But these entrances, to me, was amazing. Bianca Belair just looked absolutely phenomenal. I like how Corey Graves said, I can't believe she wore fur out here. It's hot. You know what I'm saying? So then my daughter's favorite, Naomi, comes to the ring as well. And we get Becky Lynch, which is really shocking to me. This is her first Elimination Chamber.
Yep. That's
really shocking that she's avoided this match for so long. But Tiffany Time, in my opinion, as a consultant, stole the chamber. I first noticed her in NXT. To me, I thought initially they were trying to make her the next Charlotte Flair, more aesthetically pleasing, to be honest with you. The look, everything. And then she went from that into owning her own character even more, okay? And watching her develop her character even more and seeing her, more importantly, get better in the ring, right? Sometimes WWE, they have a habit of getting pretty faces, but not just the best. They think they're going to get athletes, but it don't equate into the wrestling circle. Tiffany Stratton, to me, stole this pay-per-view in this, and not the pay-per-view, but in this match. Great match, in my opinion. Your thoughts on Tiffany Time and in this Elimination Chamber overall?
It was definitely Tiffany Time in that Elimination Chamber match, and if you didn't believe it, the crowd told you that it was Tiffany time. They loved her, and we're talking about an Elimination Chamber that had Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, and Naomi in it. Those are three very popular athletes inside that chamber, and they were chanting for Tiffany.
It was chanting for Tiffany.
Not just once, not just twice, but multiple times they were chanting for Tiffany, who, mind you, was technically the only heel in that match.
And I said that in the group, right? Like, she was the only heel, but Liv Morgan's kind of coming off heelish lately. Am I wrong?
She came off heelish because she came off as somebody who has a chip on her shoulder, which usually ends up to being a heel or more of a tweener type of person. And Liv got booed, and more. I wasn't surprised by that, but even more to the point of what you're saying, Bad Guy Jack, is that what she did, she made the sign of a tear. Like, oh, sorry. Let me tell you something. I really believe what you're saying. Liv Morgan has more of a story with Tiffany because Tiffany lost to her the previous night on SmackDown. So that's why it was a little bit of a payback for that. However, the only reason how come I'm still going to say that I kind of see the Tiffany and Bianca Belair is, one, Liv Morgan's on Raw, right? And Tiffany Stratton's on SmackDown. Bianca Belair is on SmackDown. And no offense to Liv Morgan, who Mike and I, shout out to him, we talked yesterday about this. Liv Morgan, who everybody knows I'm not the biggest fan of, did a phenomenal job last night. I will take nothing away from Liv Morgan. And I wouldn't even mind seeing that feud. But at WrestleMania, if my money is a promoter, because that's how I usually think about stuff, and that's how I usually promote stuff. If my money is a promoter, I'm promoting Bianca Belair over Liv Morgan. You know, there's only so many WrestleMania spots, even with 2 nights. Imagine the world we live in wrestling right now. We have 2 nights and we still don't have enough WrestleMania spots.
I low-key hate it, honestly.
I prefer the one night format anyway. But Bianca Belair and Tiffany Stratton, I think, sells more tickets than Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton. But I believe, and here when I say this, I believe that the more interesting storyline would still be Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton, because I think those two complement each other a lot better.
And just the way they were going off of each other the last few weeks, truth be told. Tiffany with the Swanton bomb. Just, to me, so impressive in this match. Bianca Belair, like, I think it was one point watching the watch along. Please make sure if you watched it and you want to watch it again and watch along with us on Unpopular Review Wrestling. Steve and George was in there, and Steve had mentioned that Raquel was the muscle in the match. And I'm sitting there, she can never be the muscle in the match when you got Super Cena Bel-Air in a match. She's the muscle. She's always going to be the muscle. There's not a single female not named Jade Cargill. Maybe add in Nia Jax, followed by Rhea Ripley as the strongest women in WWE. I don't even think it's a question that Raquel doesn't have the strength that Bianca has. Just my opinion. But we welcome in the Z is silent. I see him backstage doing what he does best. And
I'm about to have an aneurysm right now. Both of y'all, I'm sorry. Y'all are giving me rashes. I got hives
you got yourself
right
a rash.
Like,
you need to get some ointment for that.
I feel like Raquel right now. I can't believe the utter humiliated gall and disrespect. First and foremost,
down here,
the MVP of that Elimination Chamber for the women, it had a good dog damn thing to do with TV time. Did you watch this? Because I watched it 3 times before I came on to make this point. Okay. I watched it 3 times.
Okay, that means you're right.
If you can't tell me that Liv Morgan didn't show her ass off and technique and prowess and maneuvering around the ring. So for you to say that you're still not a Liv Morgan fan, she deserves respect from you, because I am sick and tired of people like you who are disrespecting Liv Morgan, but then gonna say, oh, it's Tiffy time. Tiffy time does not sell anything on Mania. You know what sells on Mania? WrestleMania. That's what sells on it. It doesn't matter who's on the card. People are still gonna go. Period. And for you to say that Raquel isn't one of the strongest, she's arguably top 3 strongest.
I didn't say she wasn't one of the strongest.
She's definitely the muscle.
I didn't say
Raquel. I disagree with Mike. I think Raquel was the powerhouse of the match. And I understand what Mike is saying, because when you have Bianca Belair in there, and pound for pound, Bianca is definitely stronger than Raquel. I'm sorry, I don't care.
That's all I'm saying.
But
we see that when they work out.
The promotion of this match, right? And the format to this match was for Raquel to be the powerhouse. But I agree with what Mike's saying. So he was not wrong with his statement. Where you're wrong, Dice, and yes, you are wrong, is that I don't know when you came up, but Mike and I actually gave Liv a lot of flowers in this match. I gave more flowers to Liv in this match than I ever gave her, and I'm with you on that. I can't say, if you sit here and say who's the MVP, I'm going to go to Tiffany Stratton because she was not expected to be the MVP.
That's why.
She is the lower tier of everybody.
She's the rookie.
She just got called up from NXT, a cup of coffee ago? As Bianca said on I think, Raw, you barely even go here. But she came out and she showed it. But these 6 women all did a phenomenal job. Becky Lynch, who's still the most popular woman by far in the WWE. I mean, that reaction she got was amazing to me. Bianca Bel-Air, who I still say is the most marketable, John Cena, the most marketable woman in the WWE. Raquel did her part, and I see her skin condition is still coming back, but she went out there and she did her all. So much respect goes to Raquel Gonzalez. Liv Morgan did a fantastic job. Even switching up to turn more heelish because I don't think that was the original plan, but she went on and she knew what she had to do, and she looked like somebody who had a chip on her shoulder, did a very good job. And Naomi was just sentimental because she's there, right? So she still did her part. But you got to give credit. But nobody disrespected Liv Morgan. Shame on you, Dice. You should walk off on yourself for saying such stupid nonsense just now, okay?
Hold on. Shout out to my man, Michael Smith.
I'm going to defend.
Given the knowledge that you cannot drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Shout out to him drinking a Fireball really early in the morning. Look like Dice got something that's not Coca-Cola or RC Cola either right now. So Mike's on a little drinking sabbatical. Won't have a drink till I get to Mania. Okay. It's for myself. But yeah, I had nothing to say about that. Everything was said correctly, but I thought Tiffy was the MVP because her being the rookie, being unexpected, me doubting if she could do certain things. And you in the winner, Bianca Belair, again, not saying Raquel Rodriguez isn't strong, right? But the comment that was made, she's just power, and y'all both disagree with this. The powerhouse in a match, she's not. No, anytime Bianca Belair's in a match, she's the most powerful woman in the ring. That's not even the debate. If you think so, walk off and don't even come back because she is. Bianca Belair is the strongest woman in the WWE as of now. Will Jade be more stronger than her? She looks physically more stronger than her, but I want to see Jade work out like I know I've seen Bianca work out.
Raquel Rodriguez then?
Oh, if I had to put them in order, and just my opinion.
Traps in her back. What
do you think? You strong because you got back. Because you got back. Good don't mean you strong.
Okay. Do you remember watching her in NXT?
Yes. I didn't like it anymore.
Did you not see the showdown between her and Rhea?
All right, listen, what does that have to do with what I'm saying about her going against Bianca as strength?
I'm trying to get there if you just answer the question.
Well, it's a question I wish to answer. Get to your point.
No. I need it for somebody like you that watch that NXT. Okay.
Yes, I saw that.
If we can agree that Rhea's a powerhouse.
Yes.
And Bel-Air's a powerhouse.
Yes.
And Nia's not really a powerhouse. She's just big, but they're going to call her a powerhouse.
Right. She's a mastodon.
But then Raquel, you can't say that Raquel, like she literally.
I didn't say that Raquel wasn't.
That's like a Bobby Lashley give you a muscle pose, but he can't lift weights. Like why are you showing me the definition of your back and the strength of your arms and your traps?
I get the character says that she's strong. Listen, I didn't say she wasn't a powerhouse, homie. I'm sorry, that's not true. You're my brother. Brother, I said this. I said like him. Brother, I didn't say that. I said that she's not stronger than Bianca Belair. She's not stronger than Rhea Ripley. She's not stronger than Jade Cargill. I was making a reference point to Steven, who said she was the powerhouse in a match. I'm going to say it for the third time. We're going to move on. Anytime Bianca Belair is in a match, there is no female in the match stronger than her.
I do argue that Raquel's stronger than Rhea.
That's an argument for another day, but the conversation right now is Bianca. And we're going to give that woman
no way hell.
While we still got 3 days left.
Bianca's the strongest woman in the WWE.
And then we get the winner that we all knew, except for, did somebody in the chat vote that against? Who didn't think?
Somebody wrote it for Bianca Belair. I believe it was the technician. Wrote it for Bianca Belair.
What the hell was that? Like,
there were rumors that because it looked like WWE a year ago was building up for Bianca and Rhea.
But that went away a long time ago.
Yeah, again, it was definitely
as I say it often, and DJ would get the microphone and bullhorn and say it out loud. People watch Total Divas and these TV shows WWE makes. They tell you where the storylines are going sometimes, people. They
always tease it. And Becky pretty much, they pretty much already, they've had promos with each other. Yeah. They were at the WrestleMania press conference. They pretty much already, they even said it in commentary, but then I think even what was his name? Corey Graves said, oh yeah, she's going on to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. And then they're like, well, Nia Jax should send me a tweet because
they had to fix it.
Right, because you're not supposed to give it away, even though we all know, shout out to Charmaine, we all know who's going to win.
I just want to say this and move on from this.
Yeah, Dice
it's as far as that, and I see Dice. He must have wrote something down. So shit, I wonder what he wrote. Just the whole thing, and I wanted to bring it up a little bit because it's in the groups, and DJ is in the forefront of. And let me just say this for the record: I'm not a Becky Lynch fan. I used to be a Becky Lynch fan. I have not been a Becky Lynch fan in quite some time. But I saw this in one of our groups, Dice. You're a part of it because I commented on what you had wrote in there, and I actually bring it up real fast because I just want to show this on the screen. And it said, is Becky Lynch over-pushed? And she spent the back half of 2023 working Zoe Starks, Tegan Knox, Indy Hartwell, Xia Li, Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton. This is the most popular, if not arguably, just for argument's sake, one of the most popular women in WWE. She deserves this spot no matter. They're all over-pushed. It's wrestling. I've said this for 15 years. Name me a top superstar ever in the history of the WWE especially that hasn't been shoved down your throats if that's what they want. That's what it's about. It's about being pushed. So to say over-pushed, there's no such thing when it comes to the top people in the company. She has, for in all due respect towards Becky Lynch fans and Becky Lynch non-fans, she hasn't done shit in the top title picture since she first just came back. I think she's earned it. No, it's not what I want to see at WrestleMania. I would love to see Rhea versus Bianca. That's what we've been waiting on for 3 damn years, like Rock and Roman. Crybaby out there, Cody fans. But we're not getting it right now, right? So once I saw that imagery on the press conference, Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, it showed, it's a poster, and it's, like you said, Dice, Mania sells itself, but that helps you go, at least that's it, WrestleMania. She deserves it to me. Your final thought, Dice, for me move on.
Listen, at this point in time, right?
Yeah.
And for those watching, please go on Instagram and watch Bailey's last post. It's a vignette, beautiful effing vignette, right? And I'm sitting there thinking, watching her vignette and going down the list of accolades that she has, she's surpassed Becky Lynch, right? She has surpassed Sasha Banks. No matter what you think Sasha Banks has done, she has surpassed Sasha Banks.
There is no Sasha Banks.
I would say the only thing that Sasha has over her is being giving the title to Bianca at Mania. That's fine. But everything else under those accolades, she don't touch Bayley. The only other upper echelon woman is Charlotte, right? So to say that Becky isn't overpushed, she is. She's force-fed what she doesn't need to be. There was no spot for her 6 months ago to be in Mania. There was no spots for her. She had no story. She didn't need it. But yet, WWE, what they try to do is have Becky come out every single week and tell us how one of the 4 horsewomen that was pushed at the forefront of the women's revolution is now an underdog. You're an underdog? The man is an underdog. Get the hell up out of here. No,
compared to Rhea Ripley,
never be an underdog.
In the storyline where Rhea Ripley has been, on the tear Rhea Ripley has been, she is the underdog going against Rhea Ripley.
Okay, how is this? How
is he? Because she has not done nothing of reference in a year.
Can you tell me the top 3 threats that Rhea has defended her title in the almost 300? Okay, thank you.
Nia Jax.
I can. Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez.
Rodriguez wasn't even built up to be super
popular.
She was.
She was throwing her around. Yes, she was.
She was still tagging with Liv.
Okay. I'm still going with Raquel Rodriguez. I'm still going with Nia Jax. And then
her character wasn't strong enough at that time.
Okay. Okay. So you're going to hold up, Dice. You're going to let me give you 3, or you're going to keep interrupting every time I say one?
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah, I can tell. You're playing the part. But you know what? I only have until 11:45. Okay, so keep it moving, and we can talk about this at another time.
I agree with you and I as well. And because I didn't want to attack the last.
I sense a top 5 coming. That's what I sense.
Yeah, definitely. Well, just that one thing again about the push stuff, and again the Bayley. That's a lot of it's subjective. Right, a lot of it's where you want to stand. I
don't think Becky's overpushed,
but I don't think Becky's overpushed either. I mean, again,
he used to be.
Yeah,
used to be.
Yeah, but lately she has gone like that statement said. That's why I had to share. Like she's.
Do you care about her story?
No, I don't care. It's not about the story.
No, but I
It's what you
actually, and
miss.
this is why I somewhat disagree with Mike also, but I see where he's coming from. Once again, I see where he's coming. I don't know what's going on with you this morning. I haven't seen a little what you're coming from at all, but I see where Mike's coming from. I actually want to see Rhea versus Becky. I've been wanting to see that for a while. I think if Rhea wants to get her spot as one of the top women, even though
You have to beat one of the top
You
girls.
have to beat Becky. She's
I'm
the,
sorry. Are we
Manchester.
talking about Crown Jewel? Or we talking about WrestleMania? We're talking about WrestleMania, correct?
We're gonna stop that.
You know,
She needs to face
Okay,
it.
so-
If WrestleMania, you need to. If WrestleMania is the showcase of the Immortals, right?
Okay, so
she needs to have Becky Lynch.
Keep going with me. Okay, Chris. Since you're the encyclopedia, tell me why the ring ramp is so long in WrestleMania.
Hold on. What does that have to do with what we're talking
Because
about?
it's a stadium.
It's a half an hour show.
No, wait.
Is it?
Chris, why is the ramp so long in WrestleMania as opposed to other
It's
events?
a stadium.
It depends. Right. It depends
It
on where
has
you
to-
are.
That's your final answer?
Royal
You as a
Rumble-
wrestling
Royal
encyclopedia,
Rumble had a long. Royal Rumble had a long. Well, not Royal Rumble didn't have this year. Had a long entrance, but they had
It still did.
a few years ago where there's that SummerSlam in Nashville. That was a hell of a long entrance to get to the ring.
Because it's a stadium.
Because
Anytime
it's a
they're
stadium.
No,
anytime they're in this,
so for the purposes, I
Okay.
can't give you the reference, but for the
Right.
purposes of WrestleMania, you waited all year for this, so now you got to wait a little longer. That's why so it's literally
That's not why the ring is further away.
yes, it is. Yeah, okay, Michael. Look, go look at whatever document that you want to. Hulk Hogan says it. This man says it. That man created WrestleMania. So you want to say no, it ain't because the man said it. You waited all year for WrestleMania. It's like the Super Bowl. You waited all year for this. So your main matches that sell WrestleMania are the ones that you have seen and you've been waiting for them to clash all year long.
Yeah.
Nobody is waiting for Becky Lynch to get to Mania all year long.
That's
to face Rhea Ripley, yes, they have.
And I'm going to move on, guys.
Go ahead.
I'm going to move on. Two things, and I'm moving on.
Because we have to rebuttal.
I'm not talking about. You made a statement about the ring being further because of WrestleMania. And I'm going to say WrestleMania 10, WrestleMania. I can name
I
a
was
bunch
thinking
of
that too.
WrestleManias.
WrestleMania 10, 12,
the stage
13.
was right there by the ring. So the end part you made, what I thought you were trying to get to, and that's why I said get to the point, was all year. What we forget sometimes as gentlemen and fans, it's not just about us. It's about that you not hear the crowd for Becky Lynch, like he just said. She is arguably one of the most popular women in wrestling. And so, yeah, she may not have been for us and all the other kind of stuff, but that's what we got. That's what we're going to get at WrestleMania. Then we got this tag team match that, shout out to my baby girl, because I just keep breeding intelligent wrestling fans. Okay, and she says, wow, WWE, thank you for making me think these guys could actually win this tag team title. It's like, because this is a match I didn't want to see. I was wondering why it was there. But of course, you got to have international people go to international territories and have them cheered or booed or just have that thing. Dominic Mysterio, yet again, whoever, Jeff, are you watching?
Keep talking
You should be
MVP.
watching.
We keep
Right.
talking MVP. He was the MVP of this match. I know the match was great, and it was
Always.
great. My God, the reaction this man got when he announced that was incredible.
Incredible.
I loved it.
So for people who say Dom's not over or Dom's this or Dom's that, what are you listening to or watching? Get your eyes and your ears checked because they must be infected, as my man would say, mad skills. But then he's out here breaking fingers. Finn says, I sent that tweet with two fingers. All right. But a good match nonetheless. Winners and still your tag team champions with 2 belts. By the way, Undisputed Tag Team Champions. Are they going to keep them together? They split them up? We don't know. But the Judgment Day prevailed at Elimination Chamber. Start with you, Dice Man. Your thoughts on this match?
It was cool. Just something to make another team a viable threat for what I talked about on Elimination pre-show. I think they're just building up tag teams to give us a tag team turmoil, in which that's how Judgment Day will fall. But I mean, I didn't like the name New Catch Republic, but I get it and I understand it. So I think it's cool now. After hearing it a couple of times, I was like, this is actually kind of nice. So it was a good match. It was, you know what? I will say shout out to Finn because he sold the hell out of Pete Dunne's joint manipulation, even after he hit the coup de grace.
Coup de grace, yeah.
And when he did the pin, I'm like, okay, his hand is fine. And then afterwards, he's just holding it like he's trying to pop his thumb back in place. And he did it, and he literally faced the main camera and was trying to do it. I was like, I don't even know. Like, it was bleeding. I'm like, maybe it is something wrong with him. So for him to do that sell, I thought it was dope. It was a pretty good match, and especially right after the women's chamber, which set the pay-per-view off on fire. Right. And I'm thinking, all right, if they put this here, like, this has got to be the sleeper.
Bathroom match.
No,
right?
it was actually, I thought the placement of all the matches was really good. And this was no exception. So this kept me entertained, so I'm fine with that. I thought it was good.
Executive consultant, your thoughts?
My thought is I'm glad this match is next because we spent like way over time talking about the last match, so we can be quick about this. This match was a very enjoyable match, but it was very predictable. But not saying it's a bad thing. Okay, sometimes predictable is bad, sometimes it's just fine. This one of the times was just fine. Great match inside the ring. Highlight of the match to me, of course, was before, and this is why wrestling is storyline and everything else. Dominic Mysterio grabbing at I wasn't expecting it, and to see hear that reaction, hey, F everybody who says those are piped in. That was not piped in. That was generic 52,000 fans booing the hell out of a guy who has tremendous heat, Dominic Mysterio. Go ahead.
Everything that was said. Winners, still your champions. Then we get to the Grayson Waller effect. Host, Cody Rhodes, the leader of the Cody Crybaby Brigade, which it just hurts me to keep saying that because I actually love Cody Rhodes. I've always loved Cody Rhodes. I just feel that he messed up a great, his fan base messed up a great WrestleMania main event we should have had.
It's his fault.
Partially. And, well, I won't say that. It's booking's fault. They shouldn't have never booked him to win the Royal Rumble in the first place.
I think there was some circumstances. CM Punk injury had something to do with it. The whole situation with their offensive man had a lot to do with it. But once they said this is the direction we're going for business purposes, he should have went out and did businesses instead of having that little sad-ass face.
Yeah, I said that before. For someone to always give credit to make everything work, every gimmick he's ever had work, he did not sell the, I'm hyped to give this moment to him for the tribal purposes. But Grayson Waller comes out, big ovation. They are here drinking. I never get, you Europeans are funny. I'm not drinking no damn liquid out of my shoe. That's just disgusting. Okay, don't talk to me about 5-second rules on the floor. That's disgusting too. But at least it's only.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to try a shoey. I want to try a shoey.
Well,
I would absolutely do it.
The way you've been talking this morning, I believe you tried a shoey before you got on the show.
I would absolutely do a shoey.
And then we get him introducing Austin Theory, who has a wonderful new T-shirt out, by the way. I want to get my hands on. And
it would be nice if he actually wore it for once.
Yeah, he never wears a shirt. Seth Rollins with the Velveteen Dream glasses on. All right. They come out here. He's mad. First, before we get started, let's all just acknowledge our tribal chief. Love that about Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller to me, as I said this before,
we saw
Grayson
them once,
Waller
still over.
And Austin Theory, to me, are the future of this company. Just they are to me. The way they look, the way they wrestle, their mic skills. They're amongst that top tier of the next generation to me. Cody comes out and announces here on the Grayson Waller show he's challenging The Rock to a match. Didn't say when, didn't say where, but damn it, it's only gonna be one place, right? So that made everything go. Cody challenges The Rock. Will this be the match we get night one at WrestleMania? Will Cody work double duty? Does he have to take on The Rock first to do so? What will happen with that? We shall see between tomorrow night's Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown, where The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, will be in the building. My man Austin Theory does his thing, got some catchphrases going. You can tell they're setting him up for the fall. Take it off, take your jacket off. I love how he talked to me to taking his jacket off, and he smells him cooking and throws his ass up out of the ring. And that was that segment. I'm gonna start with you, executive consultant. Your takes on this segment and Cody challenging The Rock. When, where, and how does that take place?
This was just to get the fans happy. They brought out Cody Rhodes, who's arguably the most popular wrestler WWE has right now, as well as Seth Rollins, who always gets the crowd hype, does a very good job at it. And Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller, who's the hometown hero, hometown favorite. They love him. I'm a fan of Grayson Waller. I agree with you. The future looks bright. Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, Braun Breaker, Jay Cargill, Tiffany Stratton. I mean, future looks bright. Cody challenging the Rock, I didn't see coming completely. But I agree with you. When this is going to happen? It's going to happen to WrestleMania. If it does, it's probably going to be night one. Then I look at it and I'm like, well, that takes a spot from some people. We just talked about some people not having WrestleMania spots. And once again, Cody Rhodes, I used to be a big fan of you, but I'm starting to get annoyed by you. And I've been annoyed by you ever since you came back to WWE, quite honestly. Now, that's the one. 2, I also remember the last time the fans hijacked the WrestleMania main event. Even though I was in agreement with the last one because I didn't want to see Batista and Randy Orton. That was Daniel Bryan. And what happened? What nice? What's wrong? That Chewy? You took another one? Okay. All right. Triple H, Daniel Bryan opened the show. The winner of that got to be in the WrestleMania main event. Mm-hmm. I can see them doing Rock and Cody, and the winner gets to face Roman Reigns. And unfortunately, Cody will win that match. And Cody Rhodes, little scrawny ass, very cut, but scrawny ass, has no business beating The Rock. I'm pissed off.
He will, because I know Roman will win the next match. Executive, the Z is silent. Be silent no longer. Go ahead. Your takes on this segment. Are you there?
Look like he might be frozen.
Are we having an AJ Francis moment?
Y'all not hear me?
Do I have to talk with you too?
We hear you now. We hear you now. That's how
okay.
That stuff.
All right.
It's like Knox show.
That whole segment just literally, I hated it.
Really?
I hated it. Yeah, I hated it a lot.
Was it entertained by Grayson and
well, that part,
he took the microphone from Theory.
Well, yeah, that part I did like from Grayson. If you watch him in the background, he's like, I ain't fucking trying.
Yeah, you just
yeah. But as far as Cody's announcement, I didn't care for it. I don't care to see another Occupy Mania. I don't care to see it, honestly. I don't even care if it is The Rock in it or Cody Rhodes in it. Like, I don't want to see that, because I still feel like, even though they're saying that this was probably the plan all along and like, I still don't want to see this now that I could have seen Rock and Roman. I don't care. Like, I would have been fine with this if we would have gotten Rock saying what he said on that Monday Night Raw and setting it up for a year later, like he did with Cena. I would have been cool with that. You can have your fun for a whole year, but understand, next WrestleMania, I'm coming for that ass. Pause. I would have been fine with that. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do with Cody. But the fact that it's not the route that they're going, I just don't think that I like the Cody side of what he's doing, and I don't know why. That's the angry part about it.
It's the road to WrestleMania. They got 2 nights to fill in a stadium that I thought they would never go to in the Northeast again after the debacle, in my opinion, of that WrestleMania that everybody was out there freezing their asses off. I'm looking ahead of my time, which no one can tell the weather except for the man above anyway, but it's talking about the upper 50s in April right now. And so they got to fill it. You got to have some seats going on. So, I mean, it's not what I wanted, as I also echoed, but it's here. So I'm going to see what happens and watch it. If I get Rock in a match against Cody and they're doing it the Occupy way, we all kind of suggested that anyway as being intelligent wrestling fans. So it's here. Wrestling regurgitates itself just like entertainment. The show Shogun is coming out. That's a remake, right? Dune is a remake, right? They're picking back up on the Marvel 97, right? TV shows. Everything's been done again, right? So let's see what happens. I'm here for it. Grayson Waller, to me, there's a guy. I wonder, I like what you said there, Jeffrey. Will we get Grayson versus Austin, right? I hope not, but, whenever they go. But then we get the males elimination match, which, again, typically with these elimination matches, they're not all that very good to me that I can remember. I can't remember none of them actually sticking out to me that much. That's just me. That stuck out to me. I thought the women did just a great job that the men had to do good, right? Because the women did so good, the men came out there, and you see the real mega star, Logan Paul, who channeled his inner Miz in this entire match. Did you even see him that much? You know what I mean? He stood out of limelight. He stood out of certain kind of bumps and things like that until he was needed. And then he was needed. He was used. Excellent to me. You get Drew McIntyre, the embodiment that the executive consultant says, and making a wrestler, which I completely echo. Look like, because we're going to get, because we know who wins this match. We get McIntyre versus Rollins. Just like you got mini Drew McIntyre, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? That Rollins looks like a mini Drew McIntyre. Depends on what style of wrestler you like and prefer better in that match. We'll talk about that a different later. But this match was great. Listen, Kevin sucks in the cage, inside the pod. All this was wonderful. First of all, that's how you know that shit be wrestling, right? How the hell did he get the damn marker in there? Did he put it in his tights, right? How'd he get the marker in there? Terrell Owens, all right, getting a Sharpie out. That's illegal, okay? It wasn't Terrell Owens. What was the guy who had the Sharpie? The play for New Orleans Saints. Joe Horn had the Sharpie, right? Then everybody got scared. You can't pull that. You're going to hurt yourself. But just a match. Kevin Owens, to me, I thought Tiffany was the MVP of the women's chamber for the things she did. Kevin Owens, to me, was the standout in this Elimination Chamber who wasn't going to win. But he was a standout. Then I'd say to myself, as this is the Mike Knoxxx show and I'm the king of all our survey, there's never a bad Kevin Owens match. He's Kevin freaking Owens, okay? Just stole the show after stealing the show. LA Knight, yeah. No. Who thought his ass was going to win? Oh, I'm sorry, Willie Beam and Steeman. What the fuck was you thinking? How was LA Knight going to win this match with all the competitors that were inside of this squared circle? All right. Then we get Bobby Lashley gets put out. Jeff, I'm sorry because I'm pointing out, I'm calling out everybody on the network today. You literally put in the chat, did I not say that Karrion Kross was going to cost him the match? If you did, he didn't cost him the match. Drew McIntyre's foot cost his ass that match. Okay. Boot to the face. He's out of here. Then come the new chairman of the WWE, AJ Styles. This man's top 4, top 5 wrestler of all time, AJ Styles, took a ass whooping. Now this man, I ain't seen somebody in WWE get beat with a chair this bad since Rock beat the shit out of Mankind. Okay? He beat the living shit out of LA Knight with that chair. And yeah. Then we get Logan Paul doing Logan Paul things. Drew McIntyre doing Drew McIntyre things. Randy Orton pinning Logan Paul in this match, setting up what I didn't see coming. Second consultant we talked off air said he saw it coming. WrestleMania, Orton versus Logan Paul. Logan Paul got the brass knucks, knocks him out. Winner, going to the Elimination Chamber, Drew freaking McIntyre. For time concern purposes, executive consultant, your thoughts on this match? You're muted.
I thought this match was great. I mean, once again, just because something is predictable doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. I think we knew Drew McIntyre was going to win, but the way they had him go out there and earn it was very good. I believe he went out there. It was the first or second one also, right? And he did the job. I think, and, you know, shout out to Mike. He mentioned it. We talked off air on this, and I told him, I think the theme of this match was back pain, because everybody was holding their back throughout the entire freaking match. And Randy Orton, I hope you can make it to WrestleMania, because either one, you are one of the best actors I've ever seen in the world of wrestling, yes. Right? Because I've seen some great selling, but you had me scared for you.
He did.
And I don't think it was just selling. I think you were legit paid because it happened with one of your first moves. And I even thought that might have been a little crazy for you to do out there. I'm like, hell no, man, because even though you say you feel better you've ever done, we know your situation, and maybe you need to take care of your back a little bit more. I'm not saying you need to wrestle like Paige, but you need to take care of your back. One, because of your own health. That's actually important, most important for your health and your family. Two, because your fans don't want to see you like that. You know what I'm saying? So learn how to take care of yourself a little bit better. I mean, you can't. I know you want to go for years, and we would like to see you go for years, but I mean, not if we have to see you. You literally were on that mat almost the entire match, man. Almost the entire match. And shout out, and I want to give credit to Drew McIntyre, even though he'll never see it. But one thing I noticed is how well he protected Randy Orton, because even like on situations where he was Randy was on top rope, and Drew had to hit him from behind, and they said, "Oh, he hit him in his back," but you notice he hit him in the upper part of his back. Mm-hmm. He really protected Randy Orton throughout the whole match, and Randy, the amount of pain it looked like you were going through, for you to be able to at least finish that match, stand up and do what you had to do. I mean, it was a struggle. Great job of you. Logan Paul, who was the youngest man in that wrestling match, and I can see it because he was so fucking immature. But he was
the real megastar?
The real megastar was so immature, but he did a great job. And you knew he was going to interfere, because when he got eliminated, the door was open and he didn't roll out for like 5 whole minutes. They kept trying to pan the camera from him, but you can see his feet. I did believe that these two could have a match, but that was only after I saw the Logan Paul show with Logan when Randy Orton was on there. But I still thought they were going to go the LA Knight route. They couldn't go with Karrion Kross interfering in the match, because they already had AJ Styles interfering in the match, and that would have been slightly overkill. So the way to get Bobby Lashley out, because they still protected him, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, even though he was the first one eliminated, I wasn't happy about that, but I saw why. They still protect him. That's why they went with the arm injury from SmackDown.
Yeah.
Then when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's how they get him out. Okay, they knew what the hell they were doing. They always protect Bobby Lashley. They love Bobby Lashley. Kevin Owens, same thing Mike said. You know, the general of this match to a certain extent really did a great job. He was selling. He was
him and Drew.
Let me tell you one of the highlights. I talked about Dominant Stereo. Let me tell you one of the highlights. Yeah, him and Drew. Let me tell you one of the highlights. When Logan Paul went up to his pod and he started headbutting the hell out of that pod, I was like, my God. Okay, he showed intensity during this match. This was a very, very good Elimination Chamber match with all 6 competitors. Actually, I'm going to go even further because I'm pressed for time. All 12 competitors of the Elimination Chamber last night did a fantastic job, and that's the first time. Listen to what I'm saying because it's going to shock some people. That's the first time in all the years the Elimination Chamber has been around with both men and women competing that I can honestly say I think all 12 people did a bang up job.
I would 100% agree with you with that. And this the one thing before I let Dice go, that intensity of Kevin Owens. That's why I still think Kevin Owens, like we know because the WrestleMania thing has changed with the 2 nights and stuff that they can't, or I can't say they can't, but the hopes of those fatal 4-ways and those kind of matches kind of get dwindled a little bit, right? But Kevin Owens deserves to still be in that spotlight, right? To me. So that U.S. title can still be a 6-man, anything, whatever it can be. I'm just here to go ahead.
Maybe triple threat. It'll be hard to put a 4th person in there.
Something. But I'm thinking LA Knight somewhere in there is what people are still saying, I guess. But go
ahead.
LA
Knight, AJ Styles should have a match in a row.
One-on-one? Okay. Go ahead, Z.
LA Knight in this match was trash. Just my opinion. Just showed me that he can't even F with the other 5, including Logan Paul. Yeah. Thank you. Logan Paul is dope.
The real megastar. That's why everybody say it with me.
The real megastar, right? He gets professional wrestling, right? He gets the psychology of it. He gets how to get under people's skin. He kept his jacket on because he had the little microphone and the pen.
Okay.
So that's why he kept his jacket on. But I didn't even see that for a while. Like I don't know how I missed it, but I just wasn't paying attention or something. But I didn't even know.
Back to sleep. It was early.
It was early. I might have went back to sleep, but even when I rewatched it, I was like, oh, that's where he got it. Okay. And then there's a clip on social media of showing just the camera straight on Logan Paul, and he's literally talking into the microphone, like drawing, and I got some time to kill him, and you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was pretty genius of him to just kind of go off key and do that. I did like Kevin Owens' intensity. But to constantly tap your head against plexiglass, you're a tough guy. You're a tough guy.
Hey, it's better than cutting yourself in glass, okay, and putting pins in your head and sticking out. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. That's literally nothing compared to what they've been doing.
I will say, Big Beard Styles.
So I brought him back up for you. I know you're a big fan of him. Look
Big Beard Styles. I was waiting for it. Listen, I was waiting for it. I thought it was going to happen. I did think that Karrion Kross was going to do something, but he had already made his staple the night before, which was the week before, with the elbow injury. So that was dope. What you said, Chris. They took care of that issue. I still do not want to see LA Knight, aka Eli Drake versus AJ Styles. I've seen it before.
Not on this stage. Doesn't count.
I don't care for LA Knight. He's trash.
Oh, I'm sick of it. On now. Here's
I'm sick of it. Like
Knight's not trash.
I can't just be the only person that feels like this at this point in time.
No, I think what you do.
I don't agree with that.
What you do is you get on.
Okay, Chris.
Let's
ask the encyclopedia real quick before he leaves. Could you tell me two? I just want 2 from you, brother. 2 great LA Knight matches since he's been on the main roster.
Oh, I can tell 1, but I can't tell 2. You're absolutely right about that. But I don't. Oh, actually, no. I can name 2. His match with Roman Reigns, I thought was really good at Crown Jewel, and the second one was his match last night against an Elimination Chamber. You said he was trash. I thought he actually did pretty good.
I thought very good.
I thought he did very good. Actually,
I did too.
Gained just like Liv Morgan. I gained a little respect for him for this match. I'm not saying he deserves to end the reign of Roman Reigns or anything like that, but I thought he stepped up and did a good job. His two ones he did, even though it wasn't his fault that it didn't look right, but his two ones he did on Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton, I thought was done very well. And he took that beating from AJ Styles.
I thought he saved some spots that were messed up, and I like that about a wrestler who right now he's getting over strictly off of his catchphrases, and that's annoying. That part's getting. I hate when wrestlers stick to the catchphrase more than anything, right, and don't venture somewhere else. I just thought performing in the ring, which I think Dyson's talking about more importantly. I didn't think he was so much trash. He did some spots that I thought, and I know we've seen some of the spots where like the leap to the top rope kind of a thing. But even in that leap to the top rope, it was
at that time in that match.
And it was a position where Randy was really in trouble, and LA Knight protected him in this match, and I thought that was pretty good. But we got that. That's our main event for WrestleMania. We get baby Seth versus grown Seth, and I'm gonna go back to Jeffrey's comments. I think Drew McIntyre should win this title because he didn't get the chance to enjoy it when he won it. Man, go get some ointment for your rash.
Y'all just giving me straight rash vibes. I can't believe that. And Kurt, the way that you Bray Wyatt, that Mountain Dew bullshit. No.
I agree with you on that one. That match was not that good, but that's when LA Knight was just getting into his own. But I thought last night he did okay.
I didn't get to finish my soliloquy because my minion came. But
I didn't know about
for you black people that's complaining about Bobby Lashley getting eliminated, stop it. I'm sick and tired of being black during Black History Month at this point because all y'all do is complain that it's Black History Month. Black wrestling fans are the only fans that feel like we got to be acknowledged all year long, and then Black History Month, we're like,
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black, and I'm black.
I was about to say, come on, that thing is too long. I got your point.
They had 100 years.
We should get all purpose. Like, no, some of these people be. Some of these people be. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Yep. It's on air.
That's exactly. we got proof right there. But let me at this point we can move on because I want to get Executive Coach's final thoughts before he leaves. This isn't Tony Khan trying to give me Black History Month winners. Yeah, Tony, this isn't you doing that. What you do like you did last night on Collision. Okay, this isn't that.
Collision wasn't on yesterday. I didn't even get anybody to this show.
When we thought there was a show, we talked about last night. Me and Dice both did, and nobody showed to do a show. But this isn't Tony Khan, throwing it in your face. And I get what you're saying to an extent when it comes to black people saying Black History Month, but that's just dumb if you thought because it was Black History Month, Bobby Lashley was going to win the damn Elimination Chamber. Like some things this is why this is open to tell wrestling fans, let's be black, let's be proud to be black, but let's not be stupid blacks. Okay, let's just be smart and let's move on to the main event of the evening. And when they pulled the Elimination Chamber out, and I said, damn, they're going to have Rhea go last? I should have known. Right.
Oh, from the get-go, it was obvious that Rhea
because she was on the cover. Hey.
Yeah. Well, that always doesn't mean anything, but it was pretty much already. It's been said since before Royal Rumble.
When you get Rhea Ripley, you get Nia Jax on the screen. That's all we know. That's all we need. That's all we need, right? So we get these two mastodons going at. Look at Rhea Thickly just doing her thing. We get the first of all, she just said she is the most powerful woman in the business. Nia Jax. What a match, right? And I'm gonna say this: we talk about MVPs of matches and things like that. Nia Jax beat her ass throughout this entire match show. Nia Jax. This should not have been an Elimination Chamber. I get why it was there. This was the Mania match to me that it should have been if not for with Bianca, Bel-Air, and Rhea. It should have been these two right here. You led up to it. This is why maybe, I can't speak for me, going to speak in a second, why Dice is mad about Becky Lynch, because it shouldn't be Becky. It should be anybody but Becky, but I get why it's Becky. But Bianca Belair, the mastodon she is, just totally destroyed Rhea Ripley. Look at it. She just, when the table didn't break, I said,
I was upset about this because if you look at this, and now I'll let Dice go, or you can continue. But let me say this. I was pissed off at the spot. I think there was no spot that pissed me off any more than any.
Why? The table didn't break?
This woman, Samoan dropped.
She didn't clear the table.
Exactly, back guy.
She did not clear the table.
She did not clear the table. Samoan dropped her on those looks like very painful monitors. The table didn't break. She elbows her through the table. Then she throws her in the ring and gives her the annihilator. I don't care who the hell you are. That should have been a 3 count. That should have been a 3 count.
You're supposed to lose.
Way too much, right? So I was a little frustrated. Not that I wanted Nia to win, right? Even though I kind of did, because I think Nia is doing the best job of her work right now. I mean,
by far,
all her career. And I honestly think she deserves it. I know this was a big stage for her because it was a main event, second main event in the pay-per-view that Nia Jax's had, by the way. Main event.
And it's a homeborn country.
Right, in a homeborn country. But I really feel like she needs a big match at WrestleMania. I feel like she deserves to be in that title picture. I really do. I wish they would have went with my first initial thought, which was Bianca and Nia when Charlotte got injured. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. It should have been a 3 count, though.
No, but so this match was just amazing. And you could see, like, the power also from Rhea Ripley.
She Hulk Hogan did. I know y'all don't like saying that name, but she did a suplex and then her little stupid ass maneuver that she could barely get her 2 feet off the ground and got a 3 count. I'm sorry. I was upset.
Go ahead, Dice. I can't come behind. Pause. Just talk, please. I don't know if this. Every time I hear.
I just want people to finally give Nia her respect, and it sucks that it took this damn long.
Your mic popped.
I know it did. Piss me off. It sucks that it took this long for her to get some sort of respect. I don't get it. However, I understand. But Rhea sold very well to me. She
that clip you sent me in the middle of the night that I woke up to. Remember when I checked you and said it just won't stop moving? That was the
Rhea is fulfilling goth fantasies that we never knew we had.
I never knew I had a goth fantasy at all. You hear me, babe?
But I will definitely say that both ladies wrestled their asses off. That is crazy, adorable. Her little sister looks exactly like her.
Just like her, yeah.
When she first came into WWE in the Mae Young Classic. So I thought that was a pretty dope shot of her family. It sucks because these feel-good moments, it's definitely a feel-good moment. But Sami Zayn didn't get to feel this versus Roman Reigns last year. But for her to have her family there, I thought it was a dope shot. She hasn't been there in 7 years. Once they start telling that type of story, saying she hasn't performed since she left to go pursue her dream, you automatically knew that Nia had no chance. And the only thing that Nia could do is wrestle her ass off, her big ass off. And she did just that. Overall, I thought it was a good pay-per-view. I thought it was a great main event. But like I was saying with EC on the prediction show, I thought the women would close out. The women's chamber would close out. And then if Nia didn't win, I thought that in some way, shape, or form or fashion, she would insert herself in the chamber and throw somebody's chances off and setting her up for Mania, because we're like 40 days from Mania now. And it's hard. 41 days. And it sometimes it gets a little hard or murky for for you to tell somebody's story in that amount of time, because that's what 4 Raws. Is that 4 Raws? Just about. Yeah. So that is 5 Raws. Okay, never mind. I just like long stories for Mania. Pause. But
that's different. That's not a pausable moment. But again, here's the thing when it comes to Mania. I mean, I mentioned this before. A customer
6 Raws. I'm sorry.
The Taker thing and things like that. Here's the thing with wrestling fans: we'll never get along, right? We'll never see eye to eye. But the one thing I think people should get an understanding of, and reason why I promise you I do this, we have to take some of the fan stuff. Like long term should definitely matter. Getting to WrestleMania should definitely matter. But Mania in itself matters. So you got to have Mania has to be big. So sometimes you got to call in a Undertaker 6 weeks before a WrestleMania to book it, because it's him, right? Jonathan Horatio Rodriguez, Tom Brady, Cena. He can do that kind of thing, right? This is actually a long storyline. I want to be real with you with The Rock and Cody and them going on. They put this shit out in January. You know what I mean? That's kind of long for a star of The Rock's caliber to run a storyline that long, which to me tells you why when people say, oh, The Rock just comes and goes, he wants to, he doesn't care. Like, that's what gets me about wrestling fans. These guys built it where it is today, and then you say they don't care about the business when they come back. Like, you should be clapping and on your feet for Rock coming back. Not bitching about Cody not getting his story told, because Cody ain't going nowhere. The Rock is. He has so much things he has to do. Cody's whole life is wrestling. The Rock's is not, right? He has billion-dollar companies after billion-dollar companies and movies after movies and all kind of shit going on. For him to grace us, bless us with the time to do this, let's enjoy it. But hey, we don't have that. We got what we got so far. And let me change it. It's finally here. We have main event for Mania, Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley. We have main event for WrestleMania. I'm going to assume night one, Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins, right? The rest from there is a little murky, right? We got Cody and Roman. Let's just say night two, right? That's just hands down night two for that. Which, if we're going to tailgate, I say tailgate night two, right? Because night one, I'll probably be at Access, or the new themed world of WWE, right? So hopefully we get everybody together to do that. But final thoughts on Elimination Chamber, executive consultant. You shook your head. What's up?
Me, I gotta be quick about this.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah. So my final thoughts, was a good show. I really enjoyed it. Predictable. I have to mention predictable because it was one of the most predictable things I've ever seen. But it was still a very good show. And I enjoyed it a lot. And I'm looking forward. I do believe we're on the road to WrestleMania. It feels to me, at least, like we are on the road to WrestleMania. Possibly the biggest one I've seen in quite some time. Even though a lot of injuries effed up a lot of things and crybabies with nuggets in their ass. So, but that's all for me.
In their asses.
Yeah. Cody Crybabies. But I gotta go because I gotta be working in exactly 7 minutes. So I will talk to you all later. You all have a good night or a good day. All that stuff. Bye.
You leaving? Okay, there it is. I had the scene set up and everything. It was built like a setup. Bet not be, because if it's so, they're getting wet up. Ooh, said Snoop couldn't rap. Who said Snoop couldn't drop bars? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Snoop can't rap. He can't rap now. Yeah, he can rap then. Gets my ass on that. Gets my ass. But overall, still, my final thoughts on Elimination Chamber, Dice, as we get to that Road to WrestleMania and this impromptu Mike Knoxxx show review as well, I really do want to state, to me, that should be some of the obvious here, and that is the fact that we have certain things set up, and there's still so much yet to be in the pot to spew up. We have no idea right now. I get you. I'm going to go back to the females Elimination Chamber match and the winner being Becky Lynch. And your thoughts on where, like, a lot of people, you're not alone, right? That you have a contingent that thinks, why is Becky here, right? And I'm going to just argue again. I have to always say I'm not a fan of Becky Lynch.
But the thing is, I actually love Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I know.
I just don't like her story right now, and I don't feel a placement for it.
That's the thing, though. The story is, there is no story. It's Becky Lynch. Remember when Charlotte Flair came back and she echoed that line, I don't have to get the back of the line, when Bianca said that? She said, I am the line.
Yeah.
That's Bianca. I mean, that's any of them girls to me, right? To be honest, that's how I feel. I think Bayley can say it, like you said earlier. Bayley can say it. Becky can say it. When Charlotte comes back, we know she is the line, right? They all can say that to me because they pushed this where we are right now. And I think that's where it should be at. But I want to turn, if we can, a little bit to some of the rumors that happened before we got out of here, Dice. And
did you see online, right, that they're saying that fans are now taking a Cody Rhodes approach to Liv Morgan right now?
I did not see that one.
I will have to send that to you on Messenger when we get off here. But
now, I don't do the.
She's been trending because of this.
Because of that,
they believe her story over Becky's.
Over who?
But I've been saying
Becky's.
this ever since Liv came back.
Well, you did say because she hurt her.
She hurt. Yeah,
right?
she hurt.
She
Liv.
hurt her. But
and she turned on her.
And you made a very good point as far as the obvious point. Mania sells itself, right? But yeah. I put a cherry on that to say, well, even though Mania sells itself, you still got to make sure it's still good and still can be spoke about. Liv Morgan doesn't touch Becky Lynch's boots when it comes to popularity, right? So all the crybabies that want to complain and bitch when we don't get our way or our wrestlers, we got to stop that, because last time I checked, my man Cameron Grimes ain't doing shit. Last time I checked, my man Sami Zayn ain't doing shit. You know what I mean? You don't hear me out here bitching and complaining. You just move on with the storyline, right?
But it just sucks. It just sucks for somebody like Liv, and I would say like somebody.
I don't think Liv deserves to be in the title. I don't think Liv deserves to be a WrestleMania main event.
And it's hard to say what somebody deserves.
Good point,
right?
Good
because
point.
she's the last standing member of Riot Squad, so they saw something in her over them because Valhalla ain't doing nothing. She changed her name, so
she got bare feet. She need to go wash her feet.
Yeah, she stink. Ruby Riott is stuck in some cuckold storyline down in AEW. And so, but Liv, I saw somebody say she deserves it or she doesn't. Like, you can't say that somebody deserves it or not, but I will say that company, I will say that in a sense, if you watch the stuff that they do, and I do like to do this, I like to see, when they're traveling places, the Make-A-Wishes, the going to charities. Liv is at the forefront, right along with Bianca and Montez, and she's right there, and she's doing the Make-A-Wishes.
It's more Bianca, and
it's more Bianca, but Liv is a definite.
But Becky's that second one. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, and I also see Liv there, so I'm like, if the company is trusting her to do media presses, then the company sees something in her. So you can't say that she doesn't deserve. But she kind of does because they're putting that trust in you. Like once the company put that trust in you to go on those media presses,
they believe you.
They believe you. I mean, it didn't work out for Titus O'Neil, but
so the word right. Well, the word I shouldn't have. Maybe you're right, and I think as wrestling fans, certain terms we got to get rid of, right? Like botches, right? Deserve.
Hey, you know right. You heard it. You know where you heard that first. Hashtag that AEW. Almighty Dice Man said that. Yeah, you in trouble.
So deserve is not the right. I don't want her. I don't think that she should be in that spot based off of it being WrestleMania. If this was Royal Rumble, if this even SummerSlam, for instance, I could see her. Not maybe even SummerSlam. I just don't think they've done enough of her to put her back in that spot for me. And I get the storyline may say it. It just, again, when you saw Becky Lynch,
she could never walk into Mania.
Yes.
She can never walk into Mania as a champion or a challenger to you. But everything else outside of that.
Yeah, I have nothing. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of her in ring also. But as you get mad at me for saying it a lot, and I'm never going to stop saying it, she has money to me in her. You look at Liv, what's not to believe? She's selling the hell out of that character, right? It used to be Alexa Bliss, but now it's been switched a little bit. Remember, I always thought like, damn, she's really ripping off Alexa Bliss. Now she's taken Alexa Bliss's and then added her own wrinkle into it, right? A little bit of the Chucky-ness is in her, right? She likes to play this little devilish, pretty lady, right? And it works for her, so I'm there for that. But we got Becky in this main event. My question is, where's the Bianca go? And I know people saying that it should be Bianca and Tiffany. I see Liv and Tiffany, but we would not get it because we already had it at SmackDown. You think, Dice?
Listen, I can't say that I see Liv and Tiff only because.
But do you see Bianca and Tiff though?
I do. I see that more than
because of the way they look.
Liv. Because of remember Rumble, Tiff held on to Bianca, her hair, her ponytail.
Yeah, my daughter hated that shit.
She got, so that's one lick she got against her. And then Tiff gave her some pretty stiff shots during the chamber. So maybe Bianca's still holding those receipts. The problem is, remind me again who took the fall?
Whatchamacallit took the fall? Liv.
Because it was Liv Bianca. Yeah. So I can't really say they had too much of costing each other's an opportunity in the chamber. So I guess with saying, how do you get to that point? Because
Bianca's going to be in a big match.
She's got to be in a match. Yeah, she's got to be in a match. But at this point, do you put her in a tag match or
that's the thing? So
or a showcase match? I feel like we're going to have so many showcase matches.
People are saying her and Jade, right?
Well, even
as a tag, right?
If they go as a tag, the only thing that can save us is Optimus Prime and goddamn Red Ranger.
I don't care. I'm there. I just want to watch it. But let's give this final grade. I got some things I got to take care of. I know you got the boy there. I got to see my nephew. I'm going to give this Elimination Chamber, as predictable as it was, I give it a solid 4 out of 5. Let's pick a belt here. Seth Rollins new championships, right? I'm gonna tell you why I picked that belt, right? It was entertaining. It's there. It was good. It was different. It was new in how I saw different people. Like, I didn't see Tiffany can do this, right? I didn't see that in her. I didn't see this in Liv, right? I didn't see this in what the hell is the dumb name for Pete Dunne and them?
New Catch Republic.
The New Catch Republic. I didn't see that. Like, again, shout out to my daughter, the Intelligent Wrestling fan, was like, wow, way to make me kind of want them to win. You know, but then she made a good question. When the hell does he turn into Cash Money in the Bank? She said, I forgot that he was even a Money in the Bank winner. How long has it been, Dad? And I'm like, I don't know. I got to act the peanut gallery. I don't know how long it's been. It feels like it's been a year, right? Pretty close to a year. So a lot of things to be said, but 4 out of 5 World Heavyweight Championship Seth Rollins titles for me for this Elimination Chamber, Dice. Your grade.
I'm going 4 out of 5, and my third favorite title, which happens to be my first title.
You just wanted to put it on your shoulder.
The scratch title.
Well, that's not the one that Rock had. You're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
That's what I have.
Yeah. So the third one, I think that the match was entertaining. It's something that I like. Elimination Chamber is quickly becoming one of my favorite pay-per-views of all time.
Give him kiss.
Thank you. So
that's all he wanted. He didn't want to kiss.
But I will say that it's definitely probably my third favorite, next to Rumble and Mania.
Really? Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, Chamber is really becoming. I like these gimmicky pay-per-views. I'm starting to like it a little bit more than Money in the Bank, only because Money in the Bank in the past few years have been a little bit more predictable with the participants.
I hate the pay-per-view of Money in the Bank personally. Take it back to Mania. It shouldn't be a standalone pay-per-view to me.
Yeah. So like I said, I thought it was entertaining front to back, and it surprised me that the tag match was entertaining as it was. The only thing for me, I will say, is that I did not care for the Cody announcement, but I get why they had to. I mean, you got Cody Rhodes. If he's available, he's the money guy. He's the corporate guy. He's the media guy. He can speak all types of languages. So, and I don't mean languages as in.
What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, he just speaks in their corporate language. Yeah. He knows how to manipulate the media and what he wants them to say. But I was a little bit disappointed that they did not have a post press conference. I was for sure.
Well, they had it before, which was weird. So yeah, they had a press conference the day before,
which I thought it would have been perfect timing if they did do it, because it would have been midday. In the States.
I thought so too. We could have got onto it a little bit better at that time. I 100% agree with you guys. Listen, there will not be a Mike Knoxxx show tomorrow. That's what we're here today.
You still catch 2 Words or Too Sweet on the YouTube and all that on social media.
Okay.
So I'll probably give it to Chris. I'll probably give it to Chris for Raw Talk.
A lot to go on. There will be Monday Night Raw tomorrow night, though. However, review show. Make sure you guys come back and check that out. Check out all the shows we have here on Unpopular Review Entertainment, Unpopular Review Wrestling. We got the Avatar review coming up this week. We got the Husband and Wife review show coming back. BMF is starting this Friday, so look for us this Wednesday talking about BMF, Black Mafia Family. We got the shorts that have been brought back as well. Check that out on the YouTube channel. Also, go check out the interview we had with Mr. AJ Francis, a.k.a. Top Dollar. We had with him this past week. And let people know, like, you know, it doesn't matter who you got on your show and who you interview. That don't mean you could be Mike Knoxxx. All right? Don't matter. Just because I can get anybody on this damn show to talk about it, that don't mean they want to listen to you. That's all I'm saying. So, Dice, as I would like to say, and you like to like when I say it, because hell, it is Sunday, right? Do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me, and don't love God. That's freaking crazy, y'all. We are out of here, people. Peace. And never forget. I gotta have me my